Welcome viewers, and today we're doing episode 7, I think, yeah, why not, of the F1 Fan vs. the World Series with me, F1 Fan. Today we're going to the Gran Valley Speedway with the 500 pp sports car battle, which was the quick race, one of the quick races you could choose from. But it's been changed now, so you can't do this anymore, but either way, we're off the grid, and as you can see, I'm in a Mazda RX-7 as we're heading down to the first corner. We got quite a good start really there. There's a whole cluster of people ahead of us. We get a wheel on the dirt, but no problem there. Head around the first corner. We're trying to keep it around the outside of this skyline. It appears like we've managed it. It's going about 4 abreast down into turn 2. We made it through turn 2 just about, but well apparently not actually. We're all smashed into the wall, and I managed to get on the outside of a red RX-7, and so yeah, trying to make the move up the inside of the RX-7 and the Skyline, and I managed the RX-7 but not the Skyline. With dust going across the track up front, I managed to clip the wall through there. Yeah, an RX-7 made an opportunistic attempt around the outside, but doesn't prevail as he, doesn't get past really. All I can say, yeah, this race was quite a good race for me. So there's a bit of lag in the background, but I managed to get slipstream down the start-finish straight as someone tries to make a bit of a noob move and take us out, but gets ghosted, so no one's affected, so it's all good. So currently I'm in 3rd place, I believe. Yeah. Also, the Japanese Grand Prix qualifying's on right at the moment. So that's something to do. Yeah, we're gonna watch the rerun later. Yeah, I'm sticking to the rear end of this RX-7 Skyline, trying to make a move around the outside. Can't quite make it. Now now what's that? Mitsubishi Evo, I believe. Looks like it. Trying to look for a move on me. Can't quite make it there, but yeah, I run very wide there. The Evo can now make a move around the outside, but I force it as wide as I'm allowed and can't make it past. So we're heading down to the final lap. I'm still in 3rd place. I've got a slipstream on the Skyline. He's weaving about trying to make me out of the slipstream. It's a bit of an illegal overtaking, defending move in fact. The Skyline behind me has got an immensely good run. I try and outbrake him, but I couldn't. I outbrake myself. Not as much as Mitsubishi. So he runs onto the grass, and I got blown nose. I'm in 2 abreast behind me, almost 3 abreast, as we head down onto turn 2. I get it a bit sideways through there. There's been a crash behind me, but I'm not gonna worry about that. That was the guy racing behind me with, yeah. So there was a bit of a gap there. Seems like the Evo has managed to catch back up even after his excursion. That might not be him actually. Have a feeling it's not, but yeah. So we're heading through the second to last corner. The Skyline gets it a bit wrong. He ghosts as I run straight through him. I managed to take the move, managed to stick it around the outside. The Evo's now looking for him up the inside, and the Evo's got him too. So in a matter of a corner, the Skyline has lost 2 positions, and now they're battling behind us, but the Skyline manages to push his way past the Evo. So yeah, that was quite a good race, I thought. 2nd place of the series, and hopefully not the last. Let's just hope. Yeah, so yeah, that was quite a good quick race. So with equalish cars, you can see I'm not too bad. So yeah, we'll go on to the next race in a minute, which is at London actually, so that's something. As we're in London, it was Apparently, it was a UK law 70-mile-an-hour left race thing, but it, it turned out to be a race in the end. I was allowed my F1 car, as someone also had Red Bull X 2014, which actually taken the lead down the first corner. I managed to get a good launch, so we're up into second place, and well, that's pretty much where we stay for most of the race. Yeah. Meanwhile, behind us there was a battle going on between an Aventador, bright blue one, and a really old Skyline. Actually, this Skyline, I'm surprised it managed to do quite as well as it did. Because I mean, it really shouldn't have, because it's a Skyline, an old one like that. Looks like there's a Zonda trying to make a move down the inside. Yeah, he did, and naturally he failed. No, it wasn't actually a Zonda, it was a yeah, I can't say it today. The Huayra. Yeah, there was a car parked just before the exit, so that was annoying. Hang on, pause. Here we go. Alright, so back with me, because nothing's happening. Uh, yeah, someone's going backwards, which is very annoying. I actually, well, I couldn't really avoid getting hit by him, but I did. So I did get hit by him. Going through the final few corners, and I managed to bounce off the curves straight into a wall. The Skyline, the Aventador, and the Huayra, both, all three got stuck behind me, and then I did it promptly again. And then the Skyline managed to spin me round on the final corner, so that was very nice of him. So yeah, that was pretty much it. That wasn't the cleanest race by a long shot, because, well, lots of people in this room were looking for, what do you call it? They were just looking for cruising, really, and messing about, but now we got a race from it, so, so that was quite something. So, the last race is at Circuit de la Sierra, Circuito de la Sierra, which is always fun. Right, so here we are at Circuito de la Sierra, in fact, with some West Summer Racing Ayrton Senna F3 cars from 1983. Yeah, and there was only a three-man lobby. It was originally at Suzuka because of the race weekend this weekend, but we decided why not have a go at De La Sierra. I can't say it apparently. So yeah, heading into the first few corners, then the camera angles are literally awful in this place. We're running three. Well, I'm in third. I'm running in third. We're all doing moderately well here, actually. I would have done well at Suzuka, but one, they were over 10 minutes. Two, they actually, I kept spinning out, so it wasn't very exciting for me, as Admu gets it very wrong ahead of me. I have to slow down just to not spin him out again. So I lost time, and he's lost time to the leader. And so yeah, we're going down one of the jumpy corners. I managed to get a bit on the off of the track. But yeah, it looks like, who's that? Is that Admu? I believe it is Admu who manages. No, it's Ozabroad. He's the other guy. He managed to get it even more off the track with, just flat out off the track, blatantly off the track. I'm not sure if Admu was the guy ahead of me to start with. I don't think it was, because he's miles off in the distance now. He wouldn't have made that much time. Yeah, as you can see, he's around that S-bend. It's a very beautiful track. I actually really like this track, even though it's a really long track. It's an enjoyable one to drive. Yeah, as you can see, you can just see Admu in the distance going up the hill. Yeah. So, sticking with me for the moment, well, might as well, why not? We're going around that corner. Yeah, and I don't know what number that corner that is. We're going to go with Admu for a moment. Seeing as he's over here, might as well see what happens to him. nothing by the looks of it. No, he must have got, I don't know, actually. He got a really good launch, and then with our shenanigans at the back, he, well, could make a bit of a break for it. There I am. I've actually made a bit of time on him, because I just around the corner, actually. If you look at that corner and then you just look, apparently I'm closer now. Yeah, I think that's that corner. Yeah, so I've closed the gap a bit, not by much. Doesn't say, does it? No, got the timer screen up. Doesn't say how far back I am. Oh well. Just change that back to none. But you can clearly see that I have caught up, because he's actually within range of, on the same sort of stretch of road as me. At this point I was thinking, yes, I'm catching up. So here I am, with my all black uniform. All black uniform, it's not really a uniform, it's a racing suit. But it's all black either way. Turns out I've gone New Zealand new. And yeah. So I managed to find the curb and spun it. Didn't want to collide with Oz abroad. I was trying to stick to the inside so you could just whiz around the outside, but I managed to balls it up a bit. So now I'm in third again. We're behind Oz abroad and Admu, and yeah, that's it. Going down a back straight of sorts. Yeah, nothing really happened in this first half of the race. So yeah, it's quite good driving actually from all three of us, except for the odd mistake. We're all doing quite well. There's Anmu up ahead. He's managed to find a gap again, but apparently he's run a bit wide off the track. But back on the track, can't really see him because of stupid camera angles. You need lots of camera angles like this, not the far stretching ones that get stuck behind trees and stuff. Here he is at the front. He is Senna uniform on. I wanted to do it with the 970s, but I don't think either of these two had one. I know Osabroad didn't. I know I do. So that's something. Well, it was either that or the Formula Gran Turismos, but I reckoned that don't think they had those either, because the Senna ones are actually easier to get. Say easier. It took me forever to get. I get a bit sideways through that corner. Everything's bunching up again here. You can see Anmu manages to make a mistake on just about corner. He spun it, and now Osabroad can fly past. I dropped back a bit from Osabroad so I can fly past Admu quite as easily. But now things are tightening up here, because we're all on the same stretch, even after all about, what would it be, about, track's about 27 kilometers I think, so it'd be about 13 and a half kilometers so far probably, or 14 or whatever. So now Anu and Osabroad right next to each other. Even after all that time, I managed to keep it clean. Actually, this is one of my better races, because I only managed to crash it once. Yeah, Anmu's looking for a move up the inside of Osabroad. Meanwhile, I'm catching behind them as they're battling away at the front. They're not really battling, but I'm trying to look for a way past. The camera angle goes behind a barrier again. Admu seems to have got a run on Osabroad. Can't see it because it's behind trees. Admu's definitely in the slipstream of him. I'm almost in the slipstream of Admu as he makes a move on Osabroad down the inside on the first of the bridges. Well, first of the suspension bridges, let's just say. Now Osabroad tries to make a dive back at the inside but fails it miserably, and now I'm left in the lead. I can't complain about that. I saw that, I was like, if you couldn't see that, but yeah, it was quite a good feeling. You just saw them both go straight off the track and you have a, let me get the corner right. And I did. I got perfect actually. as good as I hope. Admu had, and I was 2 seconds ahead. I'm really not anymore. I mean, just look at it. He's just there. That's not 2 seconds by a long shot. Well, actually it might be, but it is. He's closing the gap, let's just say, because this is a really fast section on the track. Well, for these cars anyway, you take them pretty much flat out. So you get a bad run, you've lost a hell of a lot of time, as you can see from there. I got a bad run, and then Admu managed to gain a hell of a lot of time. I don't know how he managed to gain so much time. He made a move up the inside there. If you can see it, you can't see it. I can't even see it. Got it on high def and everything. Yeah, so he made a move up the inside. Yeah, I don't know, I think he tuned his car to be a bit faster. The gear ratios are a bit longer, so you can make up much more time, as you can see. And now I've made a move back using the slipstream. He's now pulled into my slipstream. I had him the back straight, get that bit wrong over a bump, but he's hung onto it. The camera angle is a bit bad. He's looking for a move around here, but you can't really make a move around here because it's so fast. And one mistake will throw you both into the wall. Oz, I can't remember his name now. Oz abroad, there we go. Yeah, he was further back. He was pretty much out of the race after that crash, because I think he had the same sort of tuning as I did. Not built for straight line speed or anything. So come around the final few corners, and it's better to get close. So go for the exterior view, because, well, camera angles around this section of track are rubbish. So as you can see, Admu is behind me, heading into the final few corners. He's getting a bit sideways. He's losing a bit of time there. And now through the final corner, I get it a bit wrong, and he can just sail past. He just sails past, right at the death of it. So close to my first win online, but alas, it wasn't to be. So yeah, well done to Admu for that race. It was a good race, and that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.